Hello! Hi guys, how are you? I'm back with a new video and I have prepared a question box on Instagram. I told you guys to ask me some art related, tech related questions, and I'm going to answer those while I work on this fan art of Wempool from the latest Fortnite pass. I was working on the Lineart, so it's still in progress. I'm going to be continuing this one on this video so you guys can see my Lineart process a little bit more in depth. Hopefully I can make more YouTube videos now that my setup is a little bit better with filming. I will also show you in a future video my full studio setup, all the stuff that I use, my tech, my favorite digital art tools, and of course Bulbasaur is always here keeping us company. So let's get started. Oh, also I wanted to show you guys this. My boyfriend gifted me this for my birthday. Oh no, it's sad because it needs water. It's supposed to be like a smart planter. I bought this plant yesterday. It's the cutest thing in the universe. Like, it does different facial expressions when it needs water or it needs more light. It does kind of sensors. I know this is not art related, but I needed to show this to you guys. Like, what? I love it. I just love it. Let's put you right back. Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna give it water now.
Okay, let's start with the first question, which is, do you prefer drawing on an iPad or a drawing tablet? This is an easy question for me. 4 years ago I decided to switch from a PC tablet to an iPad, and it was the best choice. First of all, it's portable, which is crucial for me, and I tried many other tablets and I still do because I love tech and I'm curious to try new devices, but nothing compares to the Apple Pencil, you guys. The way it works so seamlessly with the iPad, in my opinion, of course, it's just unmatched. With Procreate especially, you can tell it was built around that, and the way the pen flows with your hand. Yeah, I tried to recreate my round brush from Clip Studio, but really I never get the same feeling and result. So yes, I would choose an iPad Pro over so many tablets. Of course there are limitations on the layer number with Procreate, but that is subjective, and for what I do, I never had that issue. Obviously, I do own a PC tablet if I ever get very complex big commissions like VTuber models, for example, so I can work on Photoshop too. Alright, question number 2. What do you think about the new app Cara that was made just for artists? I took my time to form an opinion about Cara, and I think it's a great concept for artists to come together and share their art. But I also, speaking for myself of course, I need to be realistic, and since I make a living out of my art, I could never leave other social media because that's where I get my commissions and where I built a community over the years. I think it's great if you're a hobbyist and just want to share your art in progress, but if you plan to sell your art, realistically you need other social media, especially since Cara is mainly populated by other artists. At the same time though, there are many successful artists who don't even have a social media presence, but I guess that depends on what you want for yourself. I will combine 2 questions here since they are pretty similar. How to get focused again when distraction strikes, and how do you stay motivated? These are both great questions. I have such a hard time with staying focused, but after a lot of trial and error, I finally built a routine that works for me. I basically split my day in different sections. For example, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I work on commissions, then I pause for 20 minutes to recharge my brain and get back to other daily tasks, for example emails and other personal artworks. That small break allows me to stay more focused and inspired, and I don't drain myself for hours and hours, which I tend to do since I lose track of time pretty often when drawing. My issue is pretty much the opposite. If I really get into an artwork, I could spend 6 to 7 hours straight in front of the screen, and that's not great for my eyes, so I needed to find balance. Okay, so question number 5. How did you learn your own style? I feel like style isn't something you learn, it's more something you build over time. You have no idea how many times I changed the way I draw facial features, for example, before getting to a point where I'm actually happy with my style. And I still change small things sometimes. We never stop evolving as artists, and I think that that's the beauty of it. I actually made a video on this topic where I go more in depth. If you want to check it out, it was actually my first video on this channel, and I share all my inspirations in there too. Question number 6. Any tips for a beginner artist on Instagram who wants to grow their views? I have a few suggestions on this, but before I answer, you need to know that the algorithms always change, so there's no ultimate answer, unfortunately. One thing that I feel has never muted over the years is being consistent and publish video content too. And I know this is hard for some artists because many of them just want to make art, and I totally get it. But in this era of social media, if you want to sell your art, I feel like you need a good mixture of both. For me, I really enjoy creating content and video making, and I managed to make the process as effortless as possible. I'll show you my filming setup on a future video so you can see it's super easy actually, and you can build one too if you want. But other than that, consistency is key, and of course you can join challenges and like draw this in your styles or creating fan arts, for example. These are all great ways to be discovered in my personal experience. Where do you get your references from? This is one of the most asked questions, and it's actually really funny because I rarely use references for drawing. Nothing against that. I actually think referencing is one of the best ways to learn. It's just that I often start sketching when an idea already comes in my head. So I already imagine the overall artwork before I even start, and at that point I'm too lazy to look for pictures unless I'm really struggling with a pose, and in that case I usually look for photographic references. Those are just my favorite, so you can look at realistic anatomy like actual people. And another great suggestion, for example, if you're drawing hands and you're struggling, just take a photo of your own hand and try to recreate that. I used this trick so many times, and because hands are one of the most difficult things to draw, so that is my suggestion. Use actual photographic references instead of other artworks, because if that particular artist made a mistake, you are going to transfer that mistake, even if it's just stylistic, in your art. And in my opinion, I wouldn't suggest that. It's best to learn from actual pictures and then stylize. How do you go about your art and the layers you use? This is a very interesting question, and you actually gave me an idea to make a video where I go more in depth on how I use layers and how I render an artwork, because I feel like this needs a full explanation. But generally I tend to keep Lineart on a separate layer and go for colors below that. Each part of the artwork, hair, skin, eyes, etc., has its set of layers that include shading and highlights. That way I can keep everything organized. But again, I'll go more in depth on this on another video where I can show you my full process so you can understand better what I'm saying. What are your favorite canvas sizes on Procreate? Okay, so this is another question that I get asked so many times, because some people tell me that their canvas is often pixelated. This actually means their canvas is just too small. I wouldn't go below 2500 pixels wide. Length may vary depending on the artwork, and 400 dpi, so you can also get good prints just in case you want to print your art. Of course you can go larger if you want, but that's just the minimum to get a good quality artwork, in my opinion. Of course, if you're making icons or emotes, you don't need such a huge canvas. I used to make emotes on a 1000 pixels wide canvas, and those came out perfectly. Okay, I think we are at the last question, and it is: how long has it been since you've taken up art? So I started drawing when I was little, around 10 years old. Much later, in 2015, I wanted to try digital art, and my mom gifted me a Wacom Bamboo tablet. I used that tablet so much. Even my first commissions I did on that tablet, and I remember how difficult it was to sync my hand while looking up at the screen. It really had a big learning curve for me. Then I discovered that many artists were making a living by posting their art on the internet and selling commissions, and I thought, okay, I want to do that. So I started posting on DeviantArt, which was pretty big at that time, but to be honest, I only started to get my art seen when I opened my Instagram account, and even then I was still learning, and I am now too. We never stop learning, and slowly, really slowly, commissions started to arrive, and I remember being so nervous about it. I was scared to mess things up, but luckily enough, I have always had kind and respectful clients, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of them for commissioning me over the years and supporting me and enjoying my art. In this video, I answered some of the art-related questions you guys asked me, and thank you so much. I really enjoy Q&As. Also, you guys gave me a bunch of video ideas, so thank you so much. That being said, thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the speed paint too. I think this is the first time I post an actual uncut Lineart video. Of course it's a little bit sped up, otherwise this video would last 1 hour. But I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next Sunday with another video.